Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be going over all the machines I have in this garage and then all the machines I have in my parents' garage at their house. So I'm storing probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've got probably 8 more at my parents' house, so like 16 machines we can go through today. For new viewers, you'll be able to see all the new bikes I have and then all the old ones that I've kept over the years, all the rare stuff that it's kind of hard to find. I don't really want to get rid of. So you'll see that today. And then we're going to go over kind of what the plan is for the channel and what we're going to be doing in the future. Got a couple plans and we'd like to share them with you. The first one would be the garage. As you guys know, I bought this house right here last year. Yeah, right about last year. And the garage was filthy. I ended up cleaning it all out and getting it ready for the workshop for the videos. And as you can see back here, we've got a nice workbench back here, but I've got just parts everywhere in this garage. Parts are all down here, parts are all up there, so I'm just running out of room back here to work on stuff. So as you can see, there's just gaskets everywhere. I mean, there's cranks everywhere. I mean, I've just got to clean out everything, and basically what it comes down to is I need more room. So I actually looked at 5.6 acres in Waushara County, which is about maybe, let's see, 20 miles west of me right now. And I was looking for some land, and I actually put an offer in on the 5.6 acres, but the lady backed out. She was like 89 years old, and she backed out of the deal last second and wanted to keep the land. So I ended up losing on that, and that took a while to get going. I have looked at probably maybe 5 other properties, and none of them really are what I want. So basically the plan would be to build a pole building and a shop, and I want enough land for a track and some trail riding, maybe some jumps and stuff, and just a really nice track to test out the ATVs after I'm done building them. And that's kind of the plan. So I need at least 5 to 10 acres to do that. The predicament I'm in right now is that the land is about 35 minutes away. That's the border of Waushara County, because in Winnebago County, which is where I'm in right now, you cannot build a sole pole building on a piece of land. So it's kind of like you have to build a house and a pole building, but in Waushara County, you're allowed to build just a pole building. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, and I've looked at a bunch of properties and none of them really worked out. So either we're going to expand this garage out further this way, because if we go in the back here, there's quite a bit more land in the back of my yard. I've got my garden back here, growing some pumpkins and tomatoes and stuff. But as you can see, the garage is right here. The house is right there. So I've got quite a bit of land to stretch the garage. I'd probably go about halfway from here to the garden, and that's about double the garage. But I'm not really sure if I want to put the money into it, because I'm planning on moving pretty soon, probably within 5 years, to a bigger house and upgrading. But I'm not really sure what to do for the time being, because winter's coming up and I don't want to be stuck in this shop with no insulation and be freezing every single time I work on something. We're going to either expand the garage or insulate this whole thing and drywall it all so it's really nice and warm in here. Or we're going to build a new pole building on some land if I can find some. That's kind of the plan and the future of the channel. Obviously, if there'd be a track on the land, but everything takes time, so that's kind of the plan. But anyway, let's go through the whole collection here, and then we'll head out to my parents and go through the collection I have over there. So starting out, we've got the Quad Runner 4x4. This is a 2001 Quad Runner. You guys probably saw this in a different video, but this thing, basically the story on this was, it was sitting for, the guy said, 2 weeks. A tree fell on the dash right here and broke it, so I had to rewire it and buy a new ignition, and then clean out the carburetor, and then what else did I do? Rewire the battery, and it started right up. So that was a pretty easy fix. This quad's probably worth around $1,700 to $2,000 running good. So that's a pretty nice quad. These are really nice because they're 4x4, and they've got the diff lock, reverse, super low, high, 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. So really nice machine, and it only has 2,223 miles on it. So this one's good for hunting, ice fishing, anything like that. The next one is the Takate 3. You guys know about this one. I've showed this in quite a few videos already. This one's a 1984 Kawasaki Takate 3. I picked this up on trade for my 250X, my Honda, and pretty good trade. This thing runs good. I'm probably going to end up restoring it at some point once I find enough parts for it. Parts are really hard to find for this thing, so that might take a couple months to get going, but definitely worth restoring. This thing rips. Absolutely is insanely fast and really, really fun. The next bike over here is the Honda CB350. You guys saw videos on this thing. I'm probably going to end up keeping this thing. The title is a little iffy on it because the person that owned it before me ended up dying and never actually signed the title over. So, you know, the DMV wants you to do like a bonded title and all that stuff, and it's going to take forever and cost a ton of money. So I'm probably just going to end up keeping it and doing a Vermont method for the title. So what you do is you send the title to Vermont and you basically get a title through Vermont. They're a lot better with vintage bikes over there. The DMV and stuff in Oshkosh is a little weird with it, and they're pretty strict with how titles are. It's weird though because it's from, what is this thing from? 1971 or 1970. So I mean, it's like an old vintage bike. Who really cares? But they have to be strict. We've got restrictions and everything, and taxes, and everything needs to be perfect in order to ride it on the road. So that's that bike. Probably gonna end up keeping this one. It's in really nice condition. You don't see them like this very often, where they're all complete. This one's actually fully complete, not missing any parts. So this bike is really nice and it runs great. So probably gonna end up keeping this one, and I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. If you guys want to see videos on that, go check out the other videos. But this thing runs sweet and it's really, really fun to ride, and it's pretty fast. We'll go over to this one now. This one is a 2002 Yamaha Raptor 660. You guys probably saw the video on this one, but basically picked this thing up for 1,300 bucks. We're in the process of rebuilding it right now, so stay tuned for future videos on this. Or if I post this video later, this bike will be done and probably ready to rip. So I'm probably going to end up selling this one just because I'm not a huge fan of the Raptor 660s, especially the 2002. The year 2002 for Raptors wasn't the greatest because they're known to have second gear problems. Some of them don't, some of them do, but I'm not going to take the risk and keep it. And yeah, I'm sure this one's fine, but I'd rather keep the rare stuff, the vintage, you know, cool stuff that you can't buy every single day. That's kind of what I'm after. These you can just go on Facebook Marketplace and buy any day of the week. So I'll probably end up selling this one. But this one was a really good deal for 1,300 bucks, and I think I put like maybe 200 bucks into it. So not bad. Next one is my 1986 RM125. This one I picked up for $600. I think I picked this one up near, where was this? I think this was near, this was west of me. I picked this up maybe like an hour and a half west of me, and the guy said that it was fully rebuilt 2 hours ago, and then he was riding it, and then it just blew up when he was riding it, and it made a loud knock. And so he said that he thought it was the head gasket. Turns out it was not the head gasket. It was actually the rod bearing. So yeah, that's in the process of being rebuilt. Trying to find a crank for it, which is nearly impossible for these things. Cranks go for like $700, $800, $900 for these, just rebuilt, not even new. So that one's gonna take some time to rebuild, but definitely a cool bike. Very nice condition for the year, and that's basically why I bought it. The rebuild on it didn't take too long, maybe 3 hours to tear down and look at. That won't be bad. Quads are a lot harder to rebuild than dirt bikes, I think, in my opinion, because with quads, you take off all the plastics, you have to deal with all the crap on it, and two-stroke dirt bikes are so easy. But anyway, next one is the I think this is 1984, if I remember correctly. Let's see here. Or oh no, it's 1982. Honda 250R. This one I got in trade for my 1986 Honda 250. This thing's basically mint condition. Really, really nice, fully complete. Comes with the back wheels that are stock for it. They're in the trailer back there. But This one's really nice. I'm probably going to hold on to this one. I do have it up for sale for like $3,000 or something. Everything in mine is for sale for the right price. But these are really hard to find in this condition, especially being complete. And you know, the engine, I mean, look at the engine. It's all original paint on here, so it's very, very hard to find in this condition, and it runs great. So this machine's really, really fun to ride, and it's not like the liquid cooled ones, but it's fun to just putt around on, and for a collector, it's very, very valuable. Next bike is my 1985 Honda CR250. This bike is really nice. I actually picked this bike up for, I believe it was $900, maybe like a year ago, and the water pump place right there was broken off, so we ended up tapping into it and fitting it with a pipe fitting, and then that kind of corrected the problem. Then we got a new gasket for the water pump, and that sealed it all up, and then I had to rejet this thing, and now it just runs great. So this thing, I think I stuck maybe, I think like 50 bucks into the seat cover, and then a bunch of work just trying to clean it up. It was really, really dirty. Oil change, coolant change. I think I did brake pads on this thing, and then the front brake caliper I did as well. So this bike was completely gone through, and it's ready to rock and roll. I think I've got this one up as well for sale, but I don't really want to sell it. I kind of want to keep this one. It's kind of cool to have the 1986 Honda CR250 and then the 250R right next to it. Pretty cool. But the next bike after that is the Kawasaki KX125. So this one's actually an 89, and it's almost in mint condition for an 89. Look how clean that thing is. It's really, really nice. This bike I think I picked up for $900 or $800. I think it was $800, maybe 7 months ago. And this bike wouldn't run right, so I tore it all down, and ended up being that the power valves were actually cut in half, and then one was missing. So unfortunately, power valves for this thing were really hard to find, but there was a guy in the UK that made one, and I think it cost $300, and I had to wait like 4 months to get the power valves. But we finally got it, put it back together. Now it runs great, and there's a bunch of videos up on this bike as well, so go check them out. But very, very cool bike. I don't want to sell this one. Kind of want to add it to my collection, so I might just keep this one for a while. But like I said, everything's up for sale for the right price. But yeah, that's pretty much it for in here so far. I've sold a bunch over the years, and I regret selling a bunch of them. Like my Quadzillas I've had, probably like 3 Quadzillas. I've owned a bunch of Banshees that I sold that were mint. My Honda 250Rs that were just immaculate. There's one that I really, really miss. It was the 250R that was just completely rebuilt. It was the silver or gray one. I really miss that thing. That thing was crazy fast and really nice. I think I only paid $22 for it too, and now it's worth like $6,000. So kind of regret selling that one. And then there's one back here. Jade wanted me to keep this one because she likes riding it. This is a Puck. Really, really nice condition. The black ones are kind of hard to find, especially all original and complete. So as you can see, really, really nice. I like the gold lettering, and the trim on it is gold, so pretty cool. And this thing has like really low miles, I thought. Yeah, 900 miles. So this thing's like basically brand new. And then look at the seat. Hasn't been ridden in probably a year. I think the last time we rode it was when we bought the house, and the house has been causing us some problems too. The basement flooded the first month in to buying it, and then we had to do all new drain tile in the basement, so that cost quite a bit of money, and then we had to redo the whole basement because it flooded. So that kind of set me back for my land, but had to be done. And then I just picked up this. This is a generator, a Craftsman 5,000 watt generator. I bought it because it was supposed to storm pretty good. I think last week I ended up buying this thing. It was the only one left actually in the store. I guess the generators were going like crazy, but this thing runs great and powers a small house. So this thing will power my whole house, I guess. That's what they said. So it's nice to have for backup and stuff. But if I were to get land in a shop and I was waiting on electric, I could just set this thing up and power all my tools, all the lights and everything off of this generator, and have this thing just sit out like maybe 100 feet away from the shop so you can't hear it. But it's really nice to have a generator, and this thing holds like, I think 15 gallons maybe. So it lasts, I think this thing goes for maybe 15 hours. So it lasts quite a bit of time. But yeah, it's nice to have a generator, and we just picked that up. So basically, I need to clean up the garage a bit and get this thing all ready for winter coming up here. We've got fall and then winter, and then winter gets really bad and really cold. In Wisconsin, it gets down to negative like 35 sometimes, so negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So definitely need to get the shop insulated or come up with a different plan. Probably, I'd like to just build a new pole building and start fresh, but if I can't find the land for it, then it's gonna be pretty tough to do. But anyway, that's the plan for the channel for the upcoming months. Probably sell a couple of these bikes and then end up buying a bunch more for projects. So stay tuned for those. And then we'll be continuously looking for land and trying to build a pole building in the meantime. So that is the plan. Let's go head out to my parents and take a look at the rest of the bikes and continue the little tour. Alright, heading out to my parents' house. They're about 15 minutes south of me, and usually I go up to my parents' house to ride because my neighbors own like 150 acres and they let us ride on their land, so really nice of them. We'll go look at my bikes in the garage and all the quads and maybe start up a couple, have some fun, and yeah, I haven't looked at these bikes in a while. Alright, made it up to my parents. Let's take a look at the bikes in the garage here. See what we got going on. Alright, so we'll start with the infamous Honda 400EX. This is from 1999. I think I picked this one up for right around $1,000. Then I rebuilt the top end on it. So it's got a fresh, I think it's a Pro X piston in here. I think that's what I put in here. I've owned this thing for over a year now, and it's probably one of my favorite quads. So I'm probably keeping this one forever. This one is not up for sale and won't be up for sale. Probably my favorite quad to wheelie with, and it's super easy to wheelie. Really, really fun. And like I said, one of my favorite quads. This thing's got a Pro Circuit pipe on a T4 for anyone that's wondering. Really nice pipe on it, sounds really good. We'll start this thing up for you guys in a second here, but definitely one of my favorite quads. See if it starts up today. Probably gonna need a little choke action going on. This one always starts up. Probably a little thumb throttle action. Probably choke off. Very reliable. I put a brand new battery in it too. Let's get the ambush tires and then the Raceline wheels. Pretty nice. Sounds pretty good. Then we've got the Takate over here. This thing's really nice. This is the one I got offered $7,000 for on eBay. I took it off because I don't really want to sell it. But here's that thing. This was one of the fastest quads, 250s, ever produced. Really, really nice machine. I rebuilt this one with, I think it's a Wiseco piston I put in this one. But that was rebuilt, and then I got a new spring for the kickstart because the Kickstarter wasn't engaging. So, but yeah, this one's pretty much mint condition. Really nice shape. All original. Doesn't get much better than that. So I probably will never sell this one because you'll never find one in this condition for what I paid for it. I only paid, I think I paid $2,000 for it. So I got a really good deal on it, but it was in pieces and I did need a rebuild. So probably have like 23 into it right now. It's not too bad. And that did come with new plastics for the back, so At some point I'll put the new plastics on, but right now, if I ride it, I'm not gonna make it look perfect because the plastics will get scratched up and stuff. So maybe if I go to sell it, I'll put all new plastics on it and make it look really, really nice. But these plastics are nice. It's just missing one thing, the little cap for the coolant right there. So that's it. This one's really cool too because it's got the headlight that goes down. If it can come back out. Should stay down. There we go. And then you push it, comes back out. But yeah, that's the Takata. Moving on, we've got the G5100. Really nice bike. Nice Kawasaki, all original. My grandpa gave me this one probably, oh man, 10 years ago I think now. So I've owned this bike for 10 years. It's got quite a few miles, 6,546 miles on it. But really reliable, never had any issues with it. I think I rebuilt it one time over the course of 10 years. So it has new piston and rings in it, I think maybe 2 years ago. So that's a really nice bike. This one's a rare one right here. Yamaha YSR 50. Picked this thing up for 500 bucks, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe three or 4 years ago. Hard to remember. All original, missing the cap for the battery. All of them are usually missing the cap for the battery back here. They blow off and get lost and whatnot, but this thing runs great and starts right up. Never had an issue with this. Charlie used to ride this bike to work when he worked down at the restaurant down here, so he took that to work. I think it goes 43 miles an hour top speed, but they are street legal, and I don't have a title for it, but eventually I'll get one for it. But yeah, these bikes go for anywhere from, depending on condition, $3,000 to $5,000. So very rare collectible bikes right here, but they're very small, very tiny sport bikes. So pretty fun to ride, and it is manual, so it does have a clutch. And I think there's 6 gears on it, so pretty cool. These are the bikes that I've owned for the longest, probably, besides this bike. This is a 1998 CR250. I picked this up for $1,000 in the condition it is in right now. Charlie dented the pipe on it, but otherwise it is pretty much mint. I did put on the graphics as well to match Charlie's bike over here. So we have matching CRs. I don't think I did anything else to it. I've never rebuilt this bike. It's always ran strong. The fastest CR I've owned right here, besides actually the 86 I had was faster than it, top speed. But this thing's torquey, wheelies really easily, tons and tons of torque. I'll probably never sell that one either. And then this is Charlie's 1999 CR125, aluminum frame, really nice. So we've got matching bikes. This bike I think I picked up for $900, running condition, never rebuilt it, never did anything to it. Came with these graphics on it as well. So this bike was good to go for $900. And I think all we did was a carb clean. But the carb's off of it right now because I was going to use it for a different bike. But yeah, we'll put that back on, and that bike runs great. Last bike I think in my collection is the 1975 Yamaha RD350. This bike is pretty cool. This is a cafe racer bike, converted into a cafe racer, I should say. They made these in 72 to 78, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But these are 2-stroke street bikes, so they're pretty cool, pretty collectible, and hard to find in good condition. This one was in really, really rough condition. My grandpa bought it for me, and he dropped off that blue bike and this bike at the same time, so I was maybe 17 years old at the time. And I actually tore the whole bike down and redid everything on it. Got these pipes for it, these DG pipes, pretty cool. And then I polished the cases on it. These are aluminum cases. Those polished up really nice on both sides. These are originally black, so I stripped it all down and then polished them up, and then tore down the whole engine. I believe I put new rings in, not new pistons, because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. So I did that, and then I think I polished the carburetors as well. So those are all polished. Those are originally black. And then I polished all the chrome on it. It was all pitted. Got new shocks for it in the back. And then the gas tank had a huge dent in it, so I filled it in with Bondo and painted it black. Looks pretty sweet. It's really dusty right now, but these are the original miles on it, 13,600. And obviously the seat is not original. I made this cafe seat. I formed the foam and then put fiberglass over that. So that's kind of what the seat looks like. It's just missing the seat foam for it. But the tires on it are, let's see here, Avon Road Riders, I believe. So pretty nice tires on it. Barely ever been used. I do have a title for it now. I bought a title last year for it and got that all situated, so it does have a title. And yeah, so basically I just need to finish this thing up when I have time. It needs a new battery and it needs probably a new top end rebuild. It does run, but I think it needs some tuning and maybe some new rings because it's been sitting for a long time. But this bike I'll never sell, and that blue one I'll never sell, and then probably these, actually all these I'll probably never sell because they're just really nice bikes and I really like them a lot. So everyone has some in their collection that they never sell, and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 7 machines I'll probably just keep forever. And I've made so many videos with these two bikes, the 1999 CR125 and the 1998 CR250. But yeah, that's kind of a look at all the machines. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know a couple people in the comments wanted to see everything, so there it is. Like I said before, I regret selling some of the machines I own, but you only have so much space in your garage to keep everything, and you can't keep everything. So I kind of had to pick and choose which machines I like the best and store them. So it's kind of hard keeping them because you don't ride them all the time, but when you do, they're really fun. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, stay tuned for future videos, and until next time, we are out.